ブリーチ
All right, let's read chapter 23 of Bleach. We're still on the day, June 17th, Opus 7. Ishi wa surudoshi, yabai wa nibushi. So as for the will, or as for the volition, it's sharp. And as for the blade, it's dull. This is maybe only the second time we've actually had a chapter in Japanese. And the Grand Fisher has unleashed an image of Ichigo's mom as a way to throw him off balance. Hihi, odorite oru na. Odoroite oru na. So he's laughing and saying, "You're surprised, aren't you?" Washi wa 6年前のことなど覚えていない. So as for me, the events of 6 years ago and things like that don't remember. 確かにそういったはずなのに. Certainly that way said ought to. So I ought to have told you that I don't remember what happened 6 years ago. Okay? なぜこうしてお前の母親の姿を映ることができたのか? And then like why or how doing this way. Hey Corin, how's it going? Why or how doing this way, the form of your mother making, is that possible? So I guess like somehow I was able to make this form of your mother. So he doesn't remember what happened, but he remembers the form somehow. それが不思議でしょうがない. That is mysterious, and I guess there's nothing you can do about it. I guess that's the author's way of saying like, yeah, I'm gonna plug this plot hole really nice and easy. そういう顔をしておるな. Like, doing that sort of a face. Doing that sort of a face. それが不思議でしょうがない. You think Ichigo doesn't remember, but the big monster remembers? I don't know. So he says, as for me, this not remembering. The events of 6 years ago not remembering. And like he explicitly, the monster says, as for me. So I think he's saying that he doesn't remember. I mean, certainly Ichigo doesn't remember. So again, with that, like mysteriously, there's no choice, or there's nothing you can do about it. Again, like you're doing that sort of a face. そういう顔をしておるな, aren't you? Okay, this was actually the splash page. And a recap. What did the English translator decide? Did he say? I don't really remember what happened 6 years ago, like I told you, but I was able to recreate your mother. That to me sounds like an excuse, but meh. Teme, you. 気がつかなかったか? Like, have you noticed? Have you noticed? Or have you not noticed? わしがお前を攻撃するとき? The time that I attacked you? Oh, the explanation is on the next page. Okay. The time that when I attacked you, hey chicken. The time that when I attacked you, こっちの手だけを使っていたことに, this direction's hand only used. So I only used this hand when I attacked you. And that says Michi. 覗いた. Oh. 覗いたのだ。この爪で peeked with these claws. お前の記憶を your memories. So I peeked into your memories with these claws. Zuru. And that's really gross. Let me just say that's really gross. It's a claw at people. こちらの手で敵の記憶を覗き So with these claws, an enemy's memories peeking, そいつが well, there's our answer, so thank you. そいつが最も切ることのできぬものを探す Okay. With these claws peeking in your memory, that thing, the most like cut or whatever thing without being possible. No. Koto no dekinu. Yeah. Mono sagasu. Searching out the thing that was like the most impossible to cut out. Kiru here means to kill. To slice, to cut off. Okay, so with these claws peeking into your memory, and that thing, and searching for the thing like impossible to cut out, the most impossible to cut out. I think that's what he's saying. Searching for the thing that was the most impossible to cut out. Meaning, I guess, like the death of your mom. そしてこちらの手で, and so with these claws, それと同じものを作り上げる. And so with these claws, with that thing, the same thing, making. So, and then make with these claws that very same thing that was impossible to cut out. I keep saying cut out, but I guess it's to kill, slice off, sever, whatever. どんな冷徹な死神も決して切ることのできぬ相手が一人入るの一人はいる. Okay, so whatever the reitetsu, the cool, yeah, whatever the cool-headed shinigami, 決して切ることのできぬ an opponent like not able to cut out. I don't know what to make of keshite here. Those things, as for one person, it exists. As for one thing or one person, it exists. Okay, what is this meaning here? どんな冷徹な死神も決して切ることのできぬ相手が一人はいる. Oh, okay, so whatever the shinigami, whatever the cool-headed shinigami, an opponent, as for like one opponent that like has things that is like not able to cut out or not able to slice off, they exist. That's not very satisfying. What else can keshite mean? Decidedly, by no means, indisputably. And can aite mean anything other than opponent, partner, companion? No. Okay. The English went with even the most cold-blooded Soul Reaper has a weakness. Has a weakness. It really isn't anything about a weakness, but it's things that unable to cut out by any means, I think. Okay. それは必ずだ. That, as for that, it's like without fail. That's without fail. それを探し出すことで、私はこれまで死神どもを退けてきた. 退けてきた. 退き Shirizoke is to... Oh, this is the repel. Yeah, Aite as opponent. Yeah, it has. That's what it has to be here. You're on a hard delay. Oh, I'm sorry. What are y'all? Okay, so, like through searching out those things, as for me, up until this point, have like repelled or driven off the Shinigamis. そして、お前にとってその相手とは and like for you as for being an opponent, or like you as an opponent, and he says その相手, you as that opponent, こいつであるはずなのだ. This thing existing, it ought to be. So he's saying like this thing for you as an opponent, which is like the thing that you can't cut out, it's this thing. It ought to be this thing. そうでしょ? Okay, and now it seems like he's making her talk. It is that way, isn't it? That's right, isn't it? You're looking up the Grand Fisher arc, trying to remember what happened. Ichigo? Yeah, okay, so now he's making the dummy figure here talk. Sa. Okay, here's Urukia. Ikanainska? Not going? Okay, this is thinking, and it might be flashing back. Yeah, they're flashing. No. Or maybe it's flashing back. Not going to go? Ikanainska? Dokueda? To where? Like where? Eh? Iya, dakara. No, you know. Ichigo no yatsu o tasuke ni? To help that guy Ichigo. 手を出すなと言われた. It was said, don't interfere, or he told me not to interfere. だからって、マジでこのまま放ってくんすか? And that's why, like, really, as it is, like, you're gonna leave, I guess this is, you're gonna leave him alone? Yeah. Hottoku no desu ka? So, desu ka? And so seriously, like it is now, you're gonna leave him alone? 今回のホロって強いんでしょ? This time's hollow, talking about that, it's strong, right? 姉さんに言ってたじゃねえすか? Big sis, like you said it, didn't you? You're the one that said that, right? That it was strong? あいつ死んだりしないっすかね? That guy dying, like, won't do, right? Like, he's not gonna die, right? わからん. I don't know. じゃあ、俺からお願いしていいっすか? Well then, from me, like, is a wish good? Doing a wish is good? Like, can I ask a favor? いちごを助けに行ってやってください. Please go and help save Ichigo. Oh. この通りす。この通り, what does that mean in this case, where it's like, usually that's like according to this way. So what would that mean? この通りす. Like this, as you see. I'm not sure, like, why that phrase here. Gabang. Maybe the fact that he's bowing to, like, yo say kon? Stop kon? 男がそう軽々しく頭を下げるな. A man that way, 軽々. carelessly, lightly bowing the head, like don't bow the head carelessly that way. It's amazing how the artist can draw Ichigo in two different ways, and it's apparent whether it's him or the substitute. Yeah, right. Based on the mannerisms and expressions. Yeah. Well, they've set up that sort of like difference in the personalities as a really great way too. So that's a really neat thing. Pun pun. Karuku desu yo. It's not light or carefree. Ore ni totta dai mondai. Like for me, it's a big problem. I guess Pon Pon is him like brushing the dust off because he was down on the ground. だって、あいつ死んだら、俺ずっとこの体に入ったまんまで。Okay, so, I mean, if that guy dies, I continuously in this body will enter. Like, I've got to stay in this body. あのクソやかましい家族と暮らし続けなきゃなんないっすよ that like crappy noisy family living with them must continue to live with them with that crappy noisy family. Like how could I do that? Okay, there'sわあもうそんなん絶対耐えらんねえ like come on, that sort of a thing absolutely won't be able to bear it. Like there's no way I'm going to be able to deal with that. もう死ぬ俺もう死ぬ俺死ぬ絶対死ぬ like already will die, I will die, absolutely will die. I guess if he has to live with the family. そういうわけなんでよろしくどうぞ and that's the reason, so please, I beg of you. Gabam. わかった okay, わかったからよせ because I get it, like stop. I got it, you can stop now. マジっすか Seriously? 言ってくれるんすかうんすね like, you'll do the favor of going? その代わり in exchange? その代わり in exchange? ここは貴様がしっかり守るのだぞ As for this place, you like properly or tightly do protecting. So you protect this place properly. In exchange. 任しといてくださいよ 任して No, 任す Makashi? Leave it to me. Oh, makasu. Okay, he's just putting a glottal pause in there for emphasis. Makasu. Yeah. Yeah, leave it to me in advance, right? But he also says, please leave it to me. He's very polite. Okay. バカか、私は So, an idiot? Me? Am I an idiot? 出てきたはいいが He is a bit odd. As for like coming out, is that good? Like as for going out, is that good? どうする気なのだ一体どうする気なのだ How doing spirit is it? Like what the hell? Like what the hell am I doing? Or how the hell what the hell am I intending to do? こうしてイチゴの元へ駆けつけて like doing this way to Ichigo's That's not the normal moto. Isn't that like yurusu? Under. Yeah, that is yurusu. Ichigo's moto, like under, towards, beneath Ichigo, kaketsukete. She's talking in kind of an archaic dialect. Yeah, it's the words she picks are often a little bit like tawake. She calls him tawake, like fool. That's clearly kaketsukeru is to come running, to come rushing in. So yeah, so doing it this way and rushing towards his moto. Yeah, she is like 400 years old or something. Itai nani o suru to iyo no da? Like what the hell? Like what the hell am I doing? Nani o suru to iyo no da? 今のやつを動かしているのは実践の念だ。As for the guy, or as for what's making that guy move now, meaning Ichigo, it's Jiseki no Nen. And Jiseki is like self-condemnation, self-reproach. And Nen is like regret here, I think. It's like, no, it's not regret. Okay, it's a sense, feeling, desire. Let's go with that. So it's a sense of a feeling of self-condemnation that's making that guy move right now. そうして今のやつは, and so as for that guy right now, again meaning Ichigo, 死神となって初めて, the first time since becoming a Shinigami, 自分自身のために戦っているのだ. He's fighting for the purposes of his like body and soul, or basically all of himself. 自分自身. Yeah, oneself. 自分自身. For the first time since becoming a Shinigami, he's fighting for the purposes of like himself. そんな戦いに私が手を出して勝利したところで、イチゴはそれを喜ぶだろうか? Into that sort of a fight, like if I interfere or get involved, Shori is that's like the chances of victory, triumph or victory. Triumph or victory, the moment triumph or victory happens or whatever, as for Ichigo, that thing, will he be happy, I wonder? Will he be happy if I get involved and they win? そして、so, zan, za. Okay, she may be like having arrived at the place. Oh, help if I turned on my light, wouldn't it? Okay, so she's up above, looking down on this. Ichigo. She sees he's wounded. They're the best part. It's like getting to read wham, blammo, kapow. Teodasuna. Don't get involved. 私が手を出して勝利したところで, so she's repeating what she said before, which is like if the moment we win, if I get involved, イチゴは決してそれを喜びはない。喜びはしない. So she finishes it differently this time. She first said, like, I wonder if he'll be happy. Now she says, as for Ichigo, certainly that thing, happiness will not do. So he will absolutely not be happy. So this is now her must be thinking that, yeah, like, don't get involved. そして、それ以上に, and more than that, 誇りはどうなる? As for pride, how will it become? 誇り? Isn't that pride? Yeah. As for pride, like how will it become? Who is saying this? This looks like a flashback. We don't quite see. Is this Kon in Ichigo's body? Okay. お前が今力を貸せば So you now, if lend power, なるほど、奴の命は救われるだろう。I see. As for that guy's life, it will be saved, right? Who is this? だが、それは同時に However, as for that thing, at the same time, 奴の誇りを永遠に殺すことになる。That guy's pride, eternally killing event will become like his pride will be eternally killed. Eternally become the event of being killed. 誇りが何だというのですか? Pride, like what are you saying? Or like what are you calling pride? 命に比べれば誇りなど comparing pride to a life and things like that. Who is she like? She's having like there's some sort of conversation going on, but I'm not quite sure who the speakers are. いいか、よく覚えておけ. Is this good or you got this? よく覚えて, it's like listen well or remember well. 戦いには2つあり. As for in battle, you think it's a flashback with a mystery person like this Sephiroth-looking character? Okay, that would make sense. As for in battle, there are two things, or there are two types of battle. Ware ware. Oh, it's someone that talks about themselves as ware ware. Ware ware wa 戦いの中に身を置く限り、常にそれを見極め続けなければならない. Okay, so as for us, like in the middle of battle, to the limits of preparing oneself in advance, 常に is like always. Yeah, always, constantly, that thing. Mikiwa. Is this not Mikiwa? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. Yeah, Mikiwame. Seeing through, continuing must do. So you must continually see through that thing constantly. You must continue to see through that thing constantly. Okay. Oh, I guess there's these. Okay. 命を守るためにの戦いと a battle for the purposes of protecting life and 誇りを守るのためにの戦いと and a battle for the purposes of protecting pride. そうだ. That's right. これは誇りを守るための戦い a battle for the purposes of protecting as for this thing, this fight, it's a battle for the purposes of protecting pride. 私は手を出しては Nara no tatakai. It's a battle that must not be interfering. As for interfering, must not become battle. So it's a battle that must not have interference. As for me. 手を出すな. Don't get involved. 手を出すな. 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 She keeps repeating that. She's having a hard time with it. 死ぬな. Don't die. いちご. Only in manga will you ever tell people 死ぬな. Okay. どうした?名を呼ばれただけでも身動きが取れんか? Oh boy. Okay, what's wrong? どうした? The name being called, with just the name being called already, like self-movement, like not able to do. Like you can't move just from the name being called. てめえ、自分が今何してるか分かってんのか? Oneself now, like what doing? Do you understand? So like, do you understand what you're doing now? Like, huh? Oh, 袋の姿. Oh, my mother's shape as a direct object, meaning like using my mother. Well, there. こんな場所に担ぎ出すんじゃね. Okay, this is じゃねよ. Okay, こんな場所に担ぎ出す is to carry something out of a place. So, like, this sort of a place, not carrying out my mother's, the shape of my body, my mother's body. He's saying, like, this isn't the sort of place for bringing out the form of my mother's body. Gua. おふくろの姿をこの場所に Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it. The English went a little bit different, saying, let's get it over with. I won't let you defile her memory like this. Okay. Uh-oh. It's coming in. ダメよ, Ichigo. No, Ichigo. It's no good. Katana o hiite. Like, put away your sword. Onegai. I beg of you. I beg of you. Kasan o kiranai de. Don't slay your mother. Don't cut your mother. This is again, kiranai can mean to slice with a sword, kill with a sword. So don't kill mommy. Don't. Grinning behind there. Look at that. Just stabbed him right through.
R.I.P.
Indeed. Itaro. I said it right. 怒りはやばいを鈍らせる.
R.I.P.
So I said it right. Again, as for fury, as for anger, it makes dull the blade. 終わりだ、小僧. It's the end, youngster. そして敬意を表しよう. And so, 敬意, like will express respect, or like I think I'll express respect. どうしよう。お前はわしが出会った中でもっとやわく、もっと短量で。As for you, among the encounters I've had, the most young and the most, what was tanryo, like rash, reckless, imprudent, quick-tempered. Yeah. So basically, he's saying of the encounters I've had, you've been the youngest and the most quick temper. そして and so もっと弱い死神だった。The most weakest 死神 you were. I think that's all he-he-he's. Don. Oh. Ah. Huh? Yatto. Finally. Dokun. 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 He again. Maybe we'll have a chance. Okay. Finally, tsukamaeta ze. Finally caught. Finally caught you. Dokun. Meri. Ikare wa yabai o niburaseru ka? So, as for anger, as for fury, it makes dull the blade. Question mark? Like, is that so? 確かにそうかもしれねえ. Certainly, that's probably true. Partition with a hee sound. I love, this is always funny when you get something like tashikani, which is like certainly, and then kamoshiranai, which is like maybe. Certainly it is that way, maybe. Dakedo na grando fisha. However, Grand Fisher. There you go. But Grand Fisher, anta hitotsu kanchigai shiteru. You, like, one mistake. You made one mistake. Teme todo no yatsu o taosu no ni wa. As for taking out a guy to your extent, sono nibutte yaiba de jubun datte koto da yo. That even with a blade that's dull like that, it's a sufficient thing. So he's basically saying a dull blade is sufficient to take out someone like you. You think tashikani is more like you're right? Oh, okay, I always go with certainly here, but that's probably you're probably right then, right? Tashikani so kamoshiranai. You're probably right. Or perhaps you are right. Oh, arida, Fisher. It's the end, Fisher. そして敬意を表しよう. So he's repeating what the Hollow just said on the previous page. Same thing, right? And so, like, I will express my honor. I will express my respect. That's not the literal translation, but usually how you hear it. That would make more sense. I mean, it doesn't make much sense to say this. Certainly, this is probably right. The cats. てめえは俺が出会った中で as for you, like of the encounters I've had, 一番年くてて一番汚くて. So of the encounters I've had, you've been the oldest, like you've eaten the most years, you've been the oldest, and you're the dirtiest. Toshiku, I mean, that must mean old, right? To eat years, absorb years. This is not something you would typically say to anyone. Hey, Akun. Yeah, sorry. No, I haven't had time. I was at work all day today. I will probably get to it Saturday. そうして、and so, 一番勘に触るほどだったぜ。And so are also like the most 勘に触る. Irritating. The most irritating hollow you were. Don. Of course, that's kind of assuming that that one shot is going to take care of the hollow, right? Oh, okay. Well, that's the end. Oops. The the tables have turned. Okay, all we get for the art here is a little splash of blood. All right, well, that was the end of chapter 23. That's the end of 23. I guess we'll continue here with chapter 24 next time. I think there's still a couple chapters left in this book, in this volume, so we'll see what happens next time.